University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Hello everyone, I'm Brooke Kennebrew.
And I'm Molly Sturm. Today is October 15th, 2021. Welcome back to Xavier News.
Family Weekend is coming up from Friday, October 22nd to Sunday, October 24th. Students and their families will be able to attend Xavier's annual Family Weekend. This is the perfect time for families to reconnect with students and have a little taste of the student life here on campus. Students and their families can enjoy a variety of events and fun activities and can apply to receive the Family Weekend travel grant to be added to financial aid. You won't want to miss out on this fun-filled weekend.
In Cincinnati news, the Tyler Davidson Fountain in Fountain Square has turned 150 years old. The fountain was gifted to the city of Cincinnati by Henry Probasco, a hardware magnate, to honor Tyler Davidson, who was his business partner and brother-in-law. Representatives of the city and other downtown organizations gathered in the square on October 6th to commemorate the anniversary of the fountain. City Council member David Mann noted that, quote, "Whether in Paris, whether in Spain, you won't find a more beautiful fountain anywhere in the world. So we really should be proud of what's been done here," end quote. The fountain features a female figure at its peak known as the Genius of Water and streams water from 438 holes in each of her outstretched palms.
Now, Maine Swift shares some important information about upperclassmen housing for the upcoming 2022-2023 school year.
Hi, my name is Alana Hobson, and this is Xavier News. We'll be talking about the upperclassmen housing selection process. This is when the juniors and seniors at Xavier University decide where they want to live next year, whether that be on campus or off campus. We spoke to Tim Griffin, the Assistant Director of Residence Life, to learn more about this process.
So when planning upper-class housing selection, there's actually quite a bit of planning that goes into that process ahead of time. It really first starts with looking at what are our housing projections for the upcoming academic year. Given Xavier's 2-year residency requirement, we're required to house all of our first-year and second-year students. So that really gives us some opportunity to think about what is the target goal of how many upper-class students we need to be able to house, knowing that we do have to set beds aside for those other students to participate later on.
Rising juniors and seniors have the option to live in Justice Hall, Commons Apartments, the Village Apartments, or a Dana House. They also have the option to live off campus next year.
For those students who are interested in living off campus, there are some other options available to them. There's a really great resource in a website called offcampus.xavier.edu. So students can find a lot of listings there about off-campus properties. Those properties have had to apply to be on that website, so there is a bit of a vetting process. And then University Station is another option where a lot of upper-class students elect to go their junior and senior year.
Thank you again, Tim. And once again, upperclassmen housing selection begins on Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Reporting for Xavier News, this is Alana Hobson.
Thanks, Maine. As I'm sure many students and faculty experienced, last Monday, social media descended into chaos after popular apps Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp stopped working. This occurrence came just after whistleblower Frances Haugen appeared on 60 Minutes talking about the knowingly negative effects and misinformation the apps are spreading to their users. The apps were inaccessible for over 6 hours, making this outage the longest amount of downtime for Facebook since 2008. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg lost around $7 billion during this outage. Down Detector stated that over 10.6 million problems were reported during this time period, the highest number of reports ever recorded on the website.
In the world of pop culture, last Wednesday, Xavier hosted a free live concert featuring Grammy Award-winning pop star Daya, known for 2016 hits Don't Let Me Down and Sit Still Look Pretty, and Australian-American singer Betty Who. Students enjoyed spending time with friends and a night away from studying to see the energizing performances from the two stars.
Nick Neymar shares an inside look at a new local gelato shop opening.
I'm Vanessa Jones, and I am part owner in Golden Gelato. Golden Gelato originated due to my husband and I wanting to own a business together, and after he took a trip to Italy, we started making gelato, and we decided that Covington doesn't have any homemade ice cream, so it would be a great place to open a gelato shop. We've been open for almost 8 months, and business has been great. You know, Covington's a great community that is out to support small local businesses, and we have definitely felt that support from the very beginning.
We make it by the small batch, fresh daily. We use the most quality local ingredients we can find. Some of our most popular flavors are strawberry balsamic, classic stracciatella, which is Italian chocolate chip, and those popular airline cookies called Biscoff. Seasonal flavors right now are pumpkin roll, butter pecan, pear cider sorbet.
There are 3 major differences between gelato and ice cream. The first is that gelato is primarily milk instead of cream. The second is that gelato has substantially less air incorporated into it. And the third is that gelato is stored at a warmer temperature than ice cream.
The future for Golden Gelato holds growth, hopefully. We are expanding our dairy-free and vegan options. I think this will allow us to grow by having more wholesale opportunities. And we're just really excited about getting to know more members of the community and hopefully growing from there.
Thanks, Nick. Looking for fun fall activities? Be sure to check out Engage XU to see what our very own Student Activities Council has in store. They have everything from entertainers and inflatables to food trucks and candy apples. And at 3 o'clock on Saturday, SAC is taking a trip to Kings Island. You don't want to miss out.
Student Production Awards were presented last Sunday, and the field was a large one with entries from 2020 and 2021. Xavier alumni Fausto Skrika and Michael Koken won in the nonfiction short film category for their documentary film Got Nick. Joseph Skinner won in the audio and sound category for his fictional short film Stress. And Katie Nichols won in the director category for her fictional short film Ruth Craves a Cake. Congratulations to these DIFT alumni for all your hard work.
Maddie Agresta and Kelly Griffith interviewed SGA candidates about the upcoming student elections. Here's what they have to say.
My name's Annalise Cahill, and I'm running to be an SGA executive. My 2 running mates are Evan Nash and Ryan Dollywall.
My name is Diego, and I'm a part of Aid XU, which is one of the tickets that is running for the Board of Executives for the student government here at Xavier. My ticket includes the president, Derek Meyer, and my fellow vice president, Ethan Brosnan.
My name is Murphy Penwell, and I am running for SGA president. I am running with David Reeves and Adam Stuckey, and our campaign motto is Voices for Xavier.
Election day is Wednesday, October 20th. The ballot will come to your email, Xavier student's email, any undergraduate student. The voting period is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Essentially, this gives students a chance to vote for the next Board of Executives in charge of the Student Government Association at Xavier, and this essentially creates a bridge between the student body and the faculty and helps communicate issues on campus and things that students may want changed or revised.
Student government, or SGA, is meant for the students to be heard. Not everyone is meant to be in a leadership role, and that is where we come in. We take the students' opinions and act on what they want.
Our ticket name is We Are Change, ARE, Annalise, Ryan, Evan. Our 5 policy points. The first is that we want to create a free nighttime shuttle on campus that'll take students from point to point to make sure they're safe. Our second is that we want to focus on defeating gender bias in the classroom and anywhere else on campus. Our third is that we want to put hammocks all around the lawn, not blocking anything, but to make sure that we can get students more outside, meeting each other after COVID. Our fourth is that we want to focus on food, which is we would want to have dining dollars at Kroger, which UC does, we can totally do it, and also participate in something called the Food Recovery Network, which would take unused food from the CAF and bring it to shelters nearby. The last is that we want to take a deep dive into Manresa and GOA to make sure that they are as inclusive and welcoming to new students as possible.
Our campaign for Aiding XU is essentially a 3-category system. This means that we want to tackle social issues, academic issues, and then technical issues, which involves specific systems on campus, such as dining or transportation. Some of the specific things we want to do is help reconnect Xavier to the city of Cincinnati, since we've all kind of been isolated as of recently. Things like that include creating like a student discount system with your all cards, just to encourage students to reconnect with the city and sort of like give back to those that help make Xavier possible.
There are needs for change on campus, and we are people, the three of us are people who will see a problem and act on it. We're not going to make that problem become someone else's problem and make it become worse. Some of the things we really want to work on, we have a lot of beauty on campus and a lot of spaces that we can add beauty. We are a liberal arts college that doesn't utilize the arts enough. So we see a lot of blank spaces around this campus where we would like to have murals and the arts just shown. We have a beautiful stage right outside of Hussman that is hardly used. So we would want to bring art majors to those stages and to those canvases to show their talent.
A big reason why students should vote is it directly affects their experience here at Xavier. It gives them a voice on issues and anything else that they feel should be represented on campus.
I think it's really important for students to get out there and vote if this is your first SGA election, if you've been voting for several years, if you have no idea what it is. We really encourage you to get out there and participate no matter who you vote for.
Just come out and vote. Your voices will be heard if you come out and vote.
Looking at new music releases, none other than global superstar and powerhouse vocalist Adele just last night released her long-awaited single entitled Easy on Me from her upcoming 4th studio album titled 30, and will detail her recent divorce as well as her relationship with her 8-year-old son, Angelo. We are looking forward to hearing what direction she will explore musically after her prolonged 6-year hiatus from music.
Next semester, students will be required to be fully vaccinated. In preparation of this, all students are required to submit proof of having received their first vaccine by October 18th. They must then submit proof of receiving a second dose by January 3rd, 2022. Students who do not upload proof of vaccination by October 18th will not be permitted to register for classes for next semester, so make sure you upload your information to MedProctor.
The presidential inauguration is coming up for Xavier's 35th president, Colleen Hainich. Events will begin on Saturday, October 23rd and last through Thursday, October 28th. The theme of the inauguration will be the Ignatian Year to highlight Xavier's Jesuit tradition and the life of St. Ignatius of Loyola. The full schedule of events can be found on Xavier's website.
The identity of the Zodiac Killer might have been discovered this past week. The Case Breakers, a team of specialists working voluntarily to solve cold cases, believe they may have proof that the notorious serial killer who terrorized the San Francisco area in the 1960s was a man named Gary F. Post. Post died in 2018, half a century after the murders were committed. The Case Breakers claim to have found evidence linking Post to the serial killer from the recently deciphered letter and based on photographs of him with scars matching the police sketch. The San Francisco Police Department currently does not consider Post a suspect. Well, that's all from the news desk.
We'll be right back with Xavier Sports Report.
Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Ray and welcome to Xavier Sports. The big news on campus is the recent travel ban for Xavier clubs. This has created frustration among many of the clubs at Xavier, particularly the club baseball team, who released a letter to Xavier University that they posted on their Instagram last Wednesday. It describes why they are so upset and feel the travel ban is unfair, saying, quote, "Varsity sports can continue to travel at full capacity while following the same guidelines as the rest of the school. We still have yet to understand why that privilege does not extend to student organizations, specifically club sports." End quote. A petition has been made on change.org to allow Xavier student organizations to travel again. Their goal is to get 1,500 signatures. They currently have over 1,300 signatures. Women's soccer continues to dominate with 2 Big East shutout wins this week against Villanova and Creighton. This improves their record to 10-1-1. They are traveling to New Jersey to play Seton Hall on Sunday at 1 p.m. In Cincinnati sports, the Reds' season came to an end on October 3rd with a 6-3 win against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They ended the season with a winning record of 83-79. Nick Castellanos is the Reds' nominee for the Hank Aaron Award, and while awaiting results for that, many fans are also anxious to see if Nick Castellanos will re-sign and be in a Reds uniform next season or not. In NFL news, what happened to kickers this week? All the games this week had a combined 11 missed extra points. There were also 5 missed field goals in the Bengals-Packers game alone. However, the Bengals had an exciting game in primetime at Paul Brown Stadium September 30th. The Bengals came back from being down 14-0 at halftime and won the game with a last-second field goal from rookie kicker Evan McPherson with an end score of 24-21. Then last Sunday was another nail-biter in the jungle against the Packers. The game went into overtime and eventually came to an end when Packers kicker Mason Crosby hit the game-winning field goal with a final score of 22-25 after missing 3 of the 5 missed field goals of the game. Even with the loss, the Bengals moved up to 13 in the NFL power rankings with a 3-2 record. The Bengals are looking to take down the Lions in Detroit this Sunday at 1 o'clock. Well, that's all from Xavier Sports. I'm Trevor Ray, and as always, let's go X.